I chose natural family planning because I had heard about it through my older sisters, and I also had the opportunity to work with a pro-life OBGYN when I was in physician assistant school, and I got to see how it worked for a lot of her patients and their families. A few of the misconceptions I've heard about natural family planning are that you would do it only if you're super religious, or that you do it if you're open to having a ton of kids. I don't think that you have to be super religious to practice NFP. A lot of my friends are not religious, but they've seen my husband and I using NFP, and they've asked more about it, and they've gotten more interested just on the sole purpose for following their fertility cycles and learning more about how their own fertility works, and using it to get pregnant and also to avoid pregnancy. We use it in a way to think every year after every kid, is our family ready for another child? And that point, then we decide how to move forward. Greg and I use the ovulation method for natural family planning. As a physician assistant and my husband is an optometrist, we felt that the ovulation method was something that was logical and it made sense on the scientific platform, and also something that we could use on a daily basis. It's pretty easy throughout the day. Every time I use the restroom, I just wipe and I check the cervical mucus, and it's very easy for me to tell whether I'm in a fertile cycle or I'm not fertile at that time. I was able to take my NFP charts to my doctor, and she could look and see if there were any abnormalities from the medical's perspective, so that we could correct those and then continue to try and get pregnant. My advice for a couple who's trying to learn about natural family planning is to talk to other people who might have done it before. There are a lot of counselors. We have a great counselor that helps us learn how to do it. I do think that with natural family planning, it's important to have somebody else that that you can talk about the process of using NFP, just because there are times that are frustrating or things that might be a little confusing, but there are answers, and there are a lot of people that are there that help you. A big benefit of natural family planning for myself and my husband was just that it had us talking about tough questions. So it's not always, we want a baby, we're gonna have a baby now, but also, is it right for our family? And it also teaches you to let go a little bit of the control, because a lot of people think, well, we're ready to have a baby, I wanna have a baby now, we're gonna have a baby now. But it reminds you that ultimately God's in charge, and He should be a part of that decision in your family, which has really helped Greg and I to grow closer and more faithful.